22 max per policy for third grade. That's over at the 3-8 building. All the other grade levels were 25. And right now, if we were to keep that at 22 by policy, then there would be no open enrollment seats available for third grade as well. And so then I thought, well, a little leeway putting it to 25, but I want to call that out. Okay, so I did make a change there. The other part is that these other areas where they're highlighted in yellow are just opportunities for us to look as far as when it comes to staffing. A good example, I'll go into like the middle school, the true middle school grades 6, 7 through 8. So right now, we're committed to the 4 teachers per grade level based upon enrollment and based upon budget. It's something to look at. So if we had to have staffing reductions right now, I would have probably be in those areas, because in 6, 7, and 8, sometimes the teachers start to become specialists and you could have a little bit of change, some shared teaching back and forth and stuff. But in the meantime, we have the open enrollment window that goes through the month of April, and we'll be able to make educated decisions based on what's happening with the enrollment. Okay, so we'll know this is what we currently have. We just did our second Friday count. Okay, so that information is coming to the office. It should be here by tomorrow. So, okay, so then from there, we're gonna have our open enrollment window so we can start to track some of the trends that are occurring in that world. And then if we look like it's really tight, then we're gonna have to start making some staffing recommendations that fit that. So I'm putting it out on the table. When you see yellow, those are some things that we're looking at. So strategically, having it open enrollment available to come into to those classrooms, that would be funding that would help support our current staffing level. So if we don't see some, and we're building a budget right now with really we're not taking into account anything new. You don't know what's going to happen. So we're just carrying forward our current open enrollment in and our current open enrollment out numbers. So as far as our open enrollment promo goes, we'll definitely have one that's in the works right now to promote. In the meantime, we're going to reach out to our open enrollment out families and talk to them all about all of our school improvement initiatives, what we're up to here in Mayville, make sure that they understand all the good stuff that we're doing. In the meantime, as I've said before, open enrollment out does not mean there's something wrong. It just means that's a choice the family made. Child care is there, they work in that area, and there's a litany of reasons for that. But I still think it's worth it to say, look at all the great stuff we're doing. So we're going to have a campaign to open enrollment out families, as well as an overall, just, hey, consider open enrollment in the Mayville School District. So right here you see general seats with a cap, because that would meet the maximum amount for that staffing level. And then you do see open enrollment in at those grade levels with no spaces, except for at the high school. We have a few spaces available based upon looking at the rule of 20%. So 20% of the available open enrollment seats are allotted for special education. At the high school, looking at our staffing, we have some room. And we also are going to have a state-of-the-art ID facility too for transition. So we would be able to bring in a few students into that program and be still in a great position. And we might end up actually having a model where it's a destination choice for some families. And we might end up looking at it like a contracted service with some of our neighboring schools, bringing in revenue and sharing our staff based upon our program and our facilities. So stay tuned on that. So there's definitely a very set rationale for all of the decisions. So you look at the overall projected sections, and you look at our projected total, and then based upon that, max per by policy, how many seats would be available to bring us to our maximum before we'd be looking at making staffing changes. So that's where all the available seats for open enrollment, the J column, comes from. And the right-hand side is based upon our current staffing level for special education and what our program right now with our current staff can handle. So we have some room at the high school. Middle school is really maxed. Parkview would be maxed as well. EC students That's pretty rare to have an open enrollment in for that. We may have one actually this school year, so we decided to save one spot for it. So very different from what you saw last year, and it's strategic to fit our current staffing level.
Any questions for this approval for the open enrollment seats?
If you turn one down, if you, that room later on, do you bring them back, or how does that work?
For open enrollment, yeah, we put on like a wait list. What happens is, the tough part is the alternative open enrollment is where you would end up with the, like if they come in late in summertime, we already have these spots, sorry, there's no room at the end of the year to fill them. It'd be better for, yeah, anybody who wants to open enroll into school districts, while there's a very large window, you want to try to do it as soon as you possibly can.
Any other questions? Norm?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye. Motion carried 7-0.
I have one other FYI on that topic. You can actually see the continuing open enrollment. So like a good example, third grade has 6. We have 9, we're saying 9 more available. So if we were to get 9 more when we currently have 6, that's like exceptional, right? So if you look at the caps, they really kind of reflect this. There's overall, as we get to the middle school, where we're keeping it open on purpose to see if that can help build up our numbers. So, all right, just had to throw that.
Next resolution, 1819146, approval of monetary gift from the Dr. R.G. Raymond and Sarah Raymond Foundation.
So moved. Second.
By Jim, second by Dick. So this is a donation that's been coming for how long?
Since the 50s.
Yeah.
The guy, whoever invested his money, did a terrific job.
For 6th grade camp.
Do we, I guess I've never understood or know who Dr. Raymond was.
He was from Brownsville. See, Mayville used to be in Brownsville, Mayville School District. That's how it started, so we're not turning him down.
It's a good cause. Any questions on this gift, monetary gift for camp? Jim?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Motion carried 7-0. Any old business? Additional citizen comments? Announcements?
Did you check out the moon last night?
I forgot.
Sorry, you missed what I didn't
It's
see.
the blood
I walked to the door and I stuck my nose out and I walked right back.
Did you see
I
it?
fell asleep.
Did you see it?
Yeah, no, I didn't even go no further than that.
Picture.
You look it up online, you didn't
Yeah, right, there you go.
Good announcement, by the way.
So all who are going to the convention have a good learning experience. And with that, this meeting's adjourned.